Hello guys, welcome to my video how I went from a long-time heroin addict to a almost successful shop manager. Hi guys, my name is David. Welcome to my channel, Dave's channel, and today we're going to talk about how I went from a totally fucked up heroin junkie to the shop manager that I am today. Okay. So I grew up in a middle class family. My father is was Belgium, sorry, because my father is already a long time dead. And my mother is from African descent. She's from Rwanda. So I had a not so easy childhood. I have a sister who is 3 years older than me, who I don't talk to anymore for family reasons. And it was not so easy growing up because my mother and my father had problems with alcohol. So it means from young age, we used to go out every weekend. And when we came back, my parents liked to fight, fist fights, I mean, with a lot of blood, a lot of police, and this was on a weekly basis. So it was not easy that time because I grew up in I'm not going to say a small village, but this was a really small community, so everybody knew everything about everyone. So it was not easy going to school when you just had the police coming over the day before. Everybody knew that the police were there for your father and your mother. So it was not so easy growing up with people laughing at you. So I think that's why I started with taking drugs at an early age. I smoked joints when I was 11, 12 years old. I think the first joint was at my 12 years when somebody came, his older sister brought a joint and we smoked it, and I immediately was hooked. The party drugs came later, end of my 14 years old, because in that period of my life, the 90s, in Belgium there was a great rave scene. That means there were a lot of nightclubs, a lot of after clubs, and for that moment of my life, people with that lifestyle, it was normal. We used to go out from Friday to Tuesday without stopping. Coke, speed, ecstasy, everything that was related to the rave scene, we did it, and we did it hard. When I was younger, people saw that I had I'm not going to say a lot of influence, but I was easy going everywhere to places. People liked me because I was a really social type. I used to laugh a lot with my friends. So people who were older than me used to give me their ecstasy because they were older. So if they were caught, they were going to jail, and if I was caught, I was going to youth prison, who was a lot easier than going to the big prison, as you call it. So I used to sell drugs for them, which also compensated for my lifestyle. At 15 years old, I had everything that a 15-year-old can dream about, but the problem is I didn't went to school. So my father and my mother weren't really too happy with that, and the police also was not happy with that because I used to sell drugs, I used to steal, I used to do everything that young people shouldn't be doing. I did it. So at my 16 years old and 9 months, I went to the youth prison in Mol, that's here in Belgium, and I went there. So when the judge gave me my sentence, she told me, "Look, David, you have been so much in contact with the police that we're going to give you till you're 18 years old, till you're legal of age. You're going to stay inside of the youth prison, and then we will see afterwards." The moment when I went on the inside of the youth prison, my parents divorced. Not legally, but my mother decided to go and live somewhere else with my older sister, and my father stayed alone in our parental house. I didn't think about it at that moment a lot because I was on the inside. I saw my father come visit me, and I saw my mother and my sister come and visit me. I already had thoughts because I knew my father was the violent type and not in a really good mental state that he could stay alone, because I heard a lot of things when I was younger, and he used to always say, I remember those things, when you leave me, I will kill myself and this and that. So he used to say that when I was a young boy, 5, 6, 7 years old. He used to always say that when I hear them talk and I hear them argue. So he said that a lot of times. So when I was 18 years old, my sister came and take me at the youth prison, and I decided to go and live with my father. The problem was, my father stayed in a brand new house with my dog, and when I said that he destroyed the house, he destroyed the house. I came with my bag on the inside. I looked at my house where I grew up in, and I didn't recognize nothing. The house was a disaster. My dog was running around, didn't eat for days, and I talked to my father. I said, "What are we going to do here?" I said, "We are two men living in this house, totally fucked up." I said, "What are we going to do?" And he was totally drunk, and I said, "Look, Father, I'm sorry, I like you, but I cannot live in this place." So I started to go on my own, and then September 2000, what I say, 2018, 1998, was a day that my father committed suicide. So my father hung himself, and it was a really hard moment for me, because I still to this day have a lot of respect for my father, because he worked alone. My mother never used to work before. She used to take care of me and my sister, and my father went to work every day, but he drank a lot. And when I say a lot, a lot. The problem is, when my father committed suicide, as I told you, my dog didn't eat, and so my dog ate parts of my father, and it was all written out in public in the journal. So it was not so great moment for me in my life, and it really fucked me up mentally, really mentally. I can assure you that that is something that you don't want to go through, when people are talking behind you and you hear people say, "Ah, isn't that the son of that guy who is in the newspapers?" And that is something that fucked up my head a little bit. And so people told me, "Look, David, if you want to erase your emotions, just go and take heroin." And that's what I did. I used to take heroin at my 18 years age after my father died, and I started doing heroin a lot. And immediately, the moment when I took it, I never stopped. Bam! I went in it, and I went from David, the party guy, to David, the super junkie. And I used to do everything that is unethical, steal from everyone, is to get my fix. And that's what I did on a daily basis. I can tell you stories, it's not the time to tell you stories which cannot even see the daylight, but that is how my life went for that moment. I saw a lot of people die next to me, a lot of good friends. My best friend, who was like a brother to me, had an overdose next to me. I woke up in the morning and he was dead next to me, and that kind of hit me by surprise. And I told to myself, "Look, I need to do something about this, and I'm going to a rehab center." And that's the first time when I went to a rehab center. And I went to the rehab center, and first time, 1 week, 2 weeks. So this is not something for me. I cannot do this because you have a strict program to follow. 1 week, 2 weeks, went back on the inside, fall down to health again, and easily a month later I said, no, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to do this the right way. So I went back and I finished the program. So I went to do a longer program. You have two programs. You have a short program and a long program. I chose for the long program, and they said, "Look, you need to do a hobby." And that's when I chose Muay Thai. So I think it's from my father, but before I used to fight a lot. I used to fight every week, and I liked fighting. I like martial arts, movies, everything which include fighting. I have passion about. So I did Muay Thai as a hobby, and I was really good at it. Still good at it now. I'm 44 years old, but I consider myself good at it. But after a while, I did a competition here in Belgium, and after a while I spiraled down again, because I went out from the rehab center again and went back to my same neighborhood, and bam, fall down the pit again. I started working, because I was, how do you say, not like a super junkie. Was like, I had moments when I was like super junkie. So that means you wake up in the morning, you go and get your fix, and when you go sleep, you take your last fix, and that's how you do every day. But I had times in my life when I had decent works, and I had moments when I used to make around 6 to 7 k a month, which at that age was good for me. The problem is, I like to be Dolce Gabbana. I like to have Coke on my table. I like to do this. I like to do that, and that was not so easy lifestyle. But I used to mount tires, trucks, cars, everything who has tires on it, I mounted them. The people from my work, they had a lot of good, how do you say, they saw that I was a good worker, but they also saw that I had a big problem with drugs. So they say to me, look, David, we know what you are doing, so we're not going to go further with you, but you need to go and take another program. So that's what I did. I did rehab programs for 10 or 12 times. And the last time when I went to the program, they said to me, look, David, you have done so much programs that we cannot teach you nothing no more. You know everything there is to know about rehab. So we have nothing to teach you anymore. So now it's just on your own. You are the one who can decide if you're getting clean, yes or no. And since I had this passion for Muay Thai, I told them, look, give me every evening 1 hour on the internet, and I'm going to look for Muay Thai camps in Thailand. I'm going to train and I'm going to fight in Thailand. And that was my goal, and that's what I did. So I used to take everything I had, the money that I've gained of being in a program, because you can, yeah, it's people save money for you there. So I had a little money on the side. I bought a ticket and I went to Thailand to fight and to train in a Muay Thai camp. I met my wife there, who I have a beautiful daughter with. My daughter is 10 years old now, and I met her quite early. So it was also quite early that she was pregnant. But at the beginning, as I told you, I used to fight in Thailand every month. The thing is, when you are at I was never expert level. I was good level, but not expert level. So that means you get paid 20,000 baht, who is the equivalent of 500 euros. And the thing is, in Thailand, when you live alone, you can easily do it if you fight 2 times a month. When you are with two or three people, it's going to get difficult to sustain your lifestyle, and certainly when you have a small child coming up. So I decided to go back to Belgium and to start to go work again, and that's what I did. So I came back to Belgium, and I took contact with a tire shop who I work now already for 15 years with, and I did an interview. And since I speak English, French, and Dutch, who are the 3 basic languages in Belgium, they offered me not a job to mount tires. They offered me a job at first for selling tires, and that's what I did. And I have, as I told you, I find myself good sales skills. I have social skills, so it was easy for me to go up into the business from year to year. And a couple of years ago, they came to me and they said to me, look, David, are you interested to be the shop manager? So I am a shop manager now. I have my own shop with 9 people working for me, and I can do, I'm not going to say I can do with that shop what I want, but people leave me free to do what I want, and they have enough trust in me to keep their shop open and to do what I decide what is best for the company. So that gives me a good feeling. To be honest, I'm proud of myself that I came from that lifestyle to this lifestyle. I have 0 diploma. As I told you, I went to school till I was like 14 years old, so I have 0 experience in nothing. I have experience in taking drugs. That's what I did. So I feel good for the moment. I can assure you that I have mental problems from taking a lot of drugs before. And what do I mean with mental problem is, I like to get, how do you say, highs of everything. So that means if you take one medicine, I need to take five medicine because I want to get that high quicker. And that's what I'm still looking for. I'm not going to say looking for, but that is what I still have in my life. If I like something, I want it more, and I want it every day, and I want it there, and I want it now. And that is something that is created in your mind when you were a drug addict. That is from years and years of conditioning and conditioning, and I think that it still needs to get out of my system. But for the moment, everything is going to gate. That's to Buddha. Everything is going great in my life. I am a proud father of a 10-year-old girl, and I am happy where I want to be. So I hope this will let me know you for a little bit. And this is my story of how I went from a drug addict to a shop manager.